Hello guys, what's up? This is Murtaza. Thank you so much again for joining me in this next episode of our SQL tutorial. In this episode, I want to talk about the case expression. So case is kind of, helpful when we want to check some conditions, right? And return a value when one of those conditions, or the first one actually, is true. It is like the if-else, conditional statements in other programming languages, or like switch statements, for example, in C#. So you specify some conditions, and the code will execute, right? And once a condition is true, a specified value, right, will return, and the other conditions will not be checked anymore. And if none of the conditions is true, the case will return the value in the else part, right? Else clause. And if there is no else clause and none of the conditions is true or are true, it will return null, right? So let's go over some examples. Here in our, customers table, let me select here, right? So we have some customers, right? And these customers live in some countries, right? Suppose we want to, create a query on this table, right? And we want to add a column in our query. And based on the country where the customer is located, we want to apply the language of that country, right? So if, for example, the customer lives in USA, we will return English. In Denmark, I think it is Danish, right? France, French. Germany, German. Brazil, probably, I don't know, Portuguese, probably. And Finland, Finnish, right? And Poland, Polish. Canada, English, and so on. So let me close this. I'm gonna close this, right? And I am going to create a new query. And then I am going to say, so select, let's say customer name, customers.customer name, and let's say customers dot country, right? From customers, and of course I need to specify the case here. So I am going to say case and end here, and then I am going to apply my cases. So for example, I can say when country equals USA, right? When country equals USA, then for example, give me English. And I can copy, for example, a couple of them, and I can go on and say when country is Canada, give me English, but when it is Denmark, give me Danish. All right, and I am going to put an alias here as language, let's say, as language, and that's it, right? And of course we need a comma here. All right, so we're gonna select customer name, country, and where country is USA, English, and so on. So different cases, right? And we can also add an else part here. So we can say else, give me other, right? Others. I'm gonna run, and in the output, for example, we get English for Canada, for USA, right? And Danish for Denmark, and for the others, we get others, right? And if there is no else part, let me run. We get null for the values which are not matched to any of our cases. So this is the way you can, use a case whenever you want to go over some conditions, right? And based on the value of, for example, one of the fields, you want to return specific value. That's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If that's the case, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one.